Morning, December 29th. A couple days left for our walking through Scripture in a year. Zechariah 9 through 12, and then Revelation 20 today. Zechariah has one of the great prophecies of the coming of the Messiah. It says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding on a donkey, a colt, a foal of a donkey." Again, this is like 800 years before Jesus and before the triumphal entry. But this one always jumped out at me. As far as what was, being prophesied about that, because he didn't say that he was going to be coming in on a big stallion. He said a donkey, a colt of a donkey, and one is earthly kingship, and the other one is a servant, and to me that's just a great prophecy of Zechariah, sharing about Jesus coming and dying for us. So, and Judah's liberation and blessing comes in here in verse 11 through 17. This probably describes God's acting towards Israel in light of the blood of the covenant of Moses, Exodus 24. As Israel turns to God, he will turn to them and rescue them, as if they were trapped in a dry cistern. One of the things that we see here is them coming after the people in Jerusalem being spared, and that's kind of fulfilling the prophecy too. So, but Book of Revelation 20, Satan, sin, death they're finally all eliminated. This book is talking about all these things, and really it's not it's not God defeating Satan. It's not Jesus defeating Satan. It's not even Gabriel or Michael. Anyone of high-ranking angels defeating him. The final importance of Satan is perhaps indicated in the fact that it is not the Father who deals with him, nor the Christ, but only an unnamed angel. And why is that? What I see is, this dramatic declaration that Satan is not God's opposite or equal, that God could easily stop Satan's activity at any time, yet God allows Satan to continue because even in his evil, he indirectly serves the purpose of God. And what I mean by that is, Satan has a purpose. If we weren't being tempted, if we weren't being pulled away from God, we wouldn't have a God to go to. But he's not the opposite. He's not as big and powerful as God. And I've said this over and over again. Satan has absolutely no power over us unless if we give it to him. So, to me, that's some, just some really good scripture today in the book of Revelation. How things are going to end. It's just going to be a plain angel, angelic person, defeating Satan. It's not going to be some, big defeat from God to the angel or to Satan, because again, Satan he's no match for God. So God's basically sending, just an ordinary angelic person to defeat Satan. So again, a good scripture, coming to the end of our readings, a couple days left. Matter of fact, we got 2 days left, 30th and 31st, and then we are done. Just walk through it again. We're hearing in here too, about the 1,000 years. The saints live and reign for 1,000 years. and the different things that happen, the final battle after the 1,000-year reign of Jesus. Satan will be released for the 1,000 years of the direct reign of Jesus over the earth. Satan was bound and inactive, but after the 1,000 years are over, he will be released and successfully organize many people of the earth in other rebellion against God. If Jesus has reigned so wonderfully for 1,000 years, then why will the earth rebel? They will do it, and God will allow it as a final demonstration of man's rebellion and depravity. Outward conformity to Jesus. Excuse me. Let's see. In this, we see more of the important reason God has for the kingdom in allowing this final rebellion. For all of human history, man has wanted to blame his sinful condition on the environment. Of course, I turn out the way I did. Did you see the family I came from? Did you see the neighborhood I grew up in? With the millennial kingdom of Jesus, God will give mankind 1,000 years of a perfect environment with no Satan, no crime, no violence, no evil, or other social pathology. But at the end of the 1,000 years, man will still rebel against God at his first opportunity. This will powerfully demonstrate that the problem is in us and not our environment. And again, there's a lot of theological debate with the book of Revelation. It's or post-millennium or pre-millennium or mid-millennium. Whatever it is. To me, we just got to be prepared at all times, ready to go when Jesus comes back. So, how this stuff is going to happen, I have no idea yet. There's a lot that's written about it and different things, but again, a lot of men have tried to put their spin to it, the book of Revelations particularly. But in verse 14 and 15 says, death and Hades are cast into the lake of fire. And this is just giving evidence again that there's a hell. There's going to be an eternal damnation for people who don't believe. It's hard for us to fathom, that there are people out there that we know that are going to hell, that are going to be suffering for eternity. And for us who have Jesus, we have eternity to look forward to in his kingdom. So just keep reading, look through it, study it. Have a great day today. New Year's is coming up, obviously, and it's Tuesday morning right now, and I will see you Wednesday morning.